As the impacts of the climate crisis are becoming well known, with rising temperatures and water levels, colleges are trying to build sustainability initiatives to lessen their carbon footprints and to help mitigate some of its adverse effects. Simon Fraser University can also play a major role in the battle by fostering its thriving community of future leaders to fight for change and should be committed to taking the necessary steps to regenerate the Earth's ecosystem. Measures have already been put in place, and the approval of the SFU 2020 to 2025 Sustainability Plan was a powerful step forward, but more can still be done. Even with the 6 goals and 18 actions proposed, plenty of challenges still remain untouched. One such solution can be to focus on the cafeteria and to reduce the amount of meat products being served. Unquestionably, a person's diet has adverse impacts, and the meat industry is one of the main causes of environmental destruction and overconsumption of resources. Meat products use massive amounts of water and land and leave behind devastating amounts of pollution. Since the demand for meat is very high and it is expected to increase worldwide, the problems associated with factory farms are expected to worsen. Our planet is being put at risk, and we are in a very precarious position. Precious resources are being wastefully used, and landscapes and waterways are being contaminated. A single factory farm can produce as much waste as a medium-sized city, and the forms of waste management are known to pollute groundwater through runoff from over-application of fertilizer and construction failures. Moreover, the animals are placed in squalid conditions as they are inhumanely caged in small spaces that restrict their natural behaviors. Of the 70 plus billion animals that are farmed globally each year, an estimated 50 billion of them will spend their entire lives on these factory farms. Another issue is that the meat industry is one of the contributing factors that is severely altering the quality and quantity of global water resources. At least 15,500 liters of water are required to produce 1 kilogram of beef, and in total, meat production demands almost 2,300 trillion tons of water each year, which is 72 million liters a second. As a result, many of the water systems that keep ecosystems thriving and feed a growing human population have become stressed. The entire planet could be affected by drought by 2040 if we continue current paths of water overuse. Finally, the main way that livestock contributes to climate change is through emissions of methane, due to microbes in their stomachs that are designed to process grasses and other fibrous foods. Animal agriculture accounts for at least 14.5% of greenhouse gas emissions, which is more than cars, trains, and airplanes combined. Therefore, given the many downsides, eating less meat products is one of the most impactful things we can do as individuals to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and help conserve our Earth. Some colleges have already begun cutting back on red meat in campus dining halls in an effort to fight climate change, and it is time for SFU to take the same initiative. Doing so will prompt students to think about the carbon footprint of the food they consume. Due to the complexities and pitfalls of a complete phase-out, what should be considered is a more modest goal with smaller and manageable steps. Part of the plan could be to try and reduce consumption by 50% or greater by 2030, which means attempting to dial back meat consumption by 5% or more each year. It should be noted that reduction does not have to mean complete elimination. Students, faculty, and staff should still be expected to find items such as beef burgers, although these offerings may appear less frequently. Additionally, they may see alternatives such as vegetables, black beans, or other proteins. And the composition of beef burgers may also be altered, adding in grains to use less meat overall. It is now easy to meet your daily protein needs from plant-based sources, as they are exploding in variety and popularity. There is an incredible range of whole foods at our disposal, such as vegetables, legumes, nuts, bean seeds, tofu, tempeh, and quinoa. Small changes to your diet can indeed make a big difference. By simply swapping one meal a week for a meatless meal, you can reduce your carbon footprint by almost 4 kilograms and reduce precious fresh water and land use. Keep this up for a year and you'll have reduced your carbon footprint by around 400 pounds. It is still necessary to note, however, that not all plant-based meat alternatives are inherently healthy. The best ones to enjoy are the ones that are the least processed. Impossible and Beyond Burgers can still be considered good sources of protein, even though they are more processed, but they are still arguably healthier choices than hamburgers. They can be enjoyed on occasion, although it would be wiser to consume them less often. Climate change, water scarcity, deforestation, pollution, and species extinction are problems that equally affect all of us. Sacrificing the instant gratification of a meat product is therefore incredibly beneficial in the long run, as it can improve the quality of life everywhere, for people and animals alike. We're each responsible for our own environmental footprint, but it is also important to live by example and help educate those around us on how to live more sustainably, which is why the potential role SFU can play is an incredibly invaluable one. Thank you for listening.